Welcome back to some more combination tarot Tuesday twists. The card that we are studying is the Six of Pentacles, and we're fusing it with major Arcana cards to learn how to combine meanings and get more out of our readings. We've got generosity with this card, we've got charity with this card, we've got balance with this card, wealth sharing, support, kindness, power dynamics, gratitude, of course, financial assistance, a card of financial assistance, and responsibility. Got generosity, and we've got the Fool card, which is a key word there that I've put out. Let's keep it simple. Something new, leap of faith, stepping into the unknown, uncertainties, having no experience at all. So how could that work when we do a card saying new and generosity, like what we've got on the screen? Basic general meaning for this power, fusion of this power, ignoring those keywords for just a moment, would be it's about taking a leap of faith into offering or receiving help. Yeah? And so this is a combination that's suggesting new opportunities, be generosity or support, possibly from unexpected sources or with a very carefree attitude. So it's a simple meaning, isn't it? Yeah. And it could be that you're new to this and you're not quite sure whether to, sometimes we don't know whether to ask for help, or we feel that somebody might need our help and we are a bit shy we don't want to come in too strong or overwhelming in any way. So we might be new to that. So that's a consideration. We can be saying that Six of Pentacles is something that causes us to actually feel not just generosity, but the fact that we need to accept charity, or we need to be aware that we are possibly in a position to help someone else out. It's not the greatest word, I know, but it is a key word that belongs to this, and that's what it is. Six of Pentacles can be a very nice card because for those that are actually in need of assistance, it's telling them it's there. For those that are able to give assistance, it's showing that it's the right thing to do. Card of charity, we can't get away from, that's what it is. But it's a card that causes a bit of confusion because we cannot always say what the current is going to identify with, which role. Will it be the man that's handing out, or the two that are in the position of receiving? And if you're watching, go and have a look at podcasts. In fact, let me move it to there right now, okay? And I'll show you where they are. So look, this is Tuesday podcasts, and that's on YouTube. And there's the playlist. So you can go and look at those. This is the combination ones, which is Tuesdays. And that's on my YouTube channel there. Okay. And we've also got the Thursday, which is learning that card as in on its own, a playlist for Thursday. You see what I mean? Yeah, that's Learn Tarot, which is on Thursday. And that's the other podcast, right? So hopefully you'll be able to find what you're looking for. So it's a whole library, Pauline. So you'll be able to see what card it is that you want. I've done it so that it's all in order. And we started off from the Fool, just learning the Fool on Thursday, and then taking the Fool into a tutorial like this. But of course, now our focus is that we've gone along and we've gone through the major Arcana cards. And if anyone missed it, we've just put it up on the screen. You can find them, all right? And you can look at them at your own pace. It's nothing like the courses that I've done, but it will give you an insight as in to work out the fact that you can grow, or that you can actually look for something that's a little bit out of the ordinary from, shall we say, just worksheets, you know what they call them, and I hate that word, cheat sheets, or books where you've read it and gone, yeah, I know it all, and then you go to do it and suddenly it's, oh, this is not so easy. So that's what we're here for, yeah? Can we cover areas, questions relating to feelings, intentions with relationships, work, e.g., How do my colleagues, managers see me? Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Pauline. Absolutely delighted to have you back. So delighted, more than you could know, because having somebody find you and come back is wonderful. I am so thrilled. And yeah, I used to be that tiny little postage stamp in the PDF. Yeah, you can see more of who I am here as well, and we can have a good old chat. Let's say that we've got this on the screen. Let's take away the word balance for a minute, and let's bring in wealth sharing. Okay, we've got that on the screen. And then we've got the fact that this is a card of new beginnings. So you might be new at being able to distribute your time. Wealth, it's a question of what you mean by wealth. Okay, we could look at it as pennies in this particular instance, simply because we are using the word wealth. But it's also to do with giving support. Okay, and it's also to do with kindness. All right. Now, let me see. So we're looking at, you're asking, can we cover areas to questions relating to feelings and intentions in relationship? What's the kind of question they're probably going to ask? What does my new partner think of me? Okay, if we looked at this, would actually say that person is prepared to just go along with the new adventure, and they are doing so. If you're saying this is a relationship and you're going, what the heck has the Fool and the Six of Pentacles got to do with the relationship? It would be the fact that they're probably new to being in a relationship, and therefore they are being very supportive. They are giving their time. They are, in a way, they're doing things that's tangible and practical in order to actually want to demonstrate their feelings. Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to put the keywords on, and I'll be back in a moment, and I'll keep on with what you've suggested there as well. Passionate Saji. So 1 sec. It's funny because I was putting something together today when it comes to perhaps asking a question about how people are not quite sure of the difference, as in when you get a pair coming up, shall we say, in respect of a love question, and we've not got the usual suspects like the emotional cards or the relationship cards. I think that's what you're asking. I think what we're going to do is remember really and truly, what suit are we actually in? All right. And it's one of those things where you need to be aware that the suit that you're in is trying desperately to answer something. So let's just say that it's not the full Pentacle family, but we're doing the Six of Pentacles. But let's say that if it was the Ace of Pentacles, we'd be saying that this was a new opportunity for stability, growth, or commitment, right? That's what that would mean. If it's the Two of Pentacles, we'd be looking at balancing priorities, juggling love and other responsibilities. The Three of Pentacles would be about teamwork, collaboration, and trying to build something together. The Four of Pentacles would be about holding back emotionally, guarding your heart and the fear of loss. And Five of Pentacles is probably suggesting that they're feeling abandoned, neglected, or left out in the cold. We'll get there. It's the generosity of give and take, of someone giving more than the other. But that's probably been agreed by both parties before they actually set out to do it. So if we're looking at the different suits, and I was going to actually do a tutorial on this, but I'm going to say, if we're in the suit of Wands, all right, and I know that this is supposed to be a tutorial on the Six of Pentacles, but bear with me, folks, it is relevant. The Wands will reveal what is being done in a relationship. It's their actions, it's their energy, and it's their efforts, all right? If we are in the suit of Pentacles, it's different. The suit of Cups, of course, which is water, emotions, connections, and love. The cups are reflecting the flow of feelings and how emotions are expressed or withheld. That's fairly easy. When it comes to the Suit of Swords, the swords are air, it's communication and challenges. And so the swords are bringing truth, clarity, and sometimes difficult realizations and conversations in relationships. So when we're in the Suit of Pentacles, it's us and it's effort, stability, and tangible results. And so the Pentacles are showing what's being built, what's being prioritized in the relationship, or what's been invested in the relationship. And so here it's about give and take, generosity, and maybe swapping hats in different ways. 1 minute it's a bit like they are in the driving seat. So you might say earth energy in tarot isn't just about money. It's the force that grounds our dreams into realities. It governs our productivity and the resources that we're investing in and the physical results that we're seeing from our efforts. So whether it's career, health, relationship, earth energy is about building a life that's stable and abundant. And so it's very much about the fact that its connection is to tangible reality and practical results. So when you are in the Suit of Pentacles, talking about what do they think or feel, they're being demonstrated and emphasized in the connection by tangible reality. What have they practically done? Earth energy represents everything that takes form and provides some sort of stability in our lives. And so the foundation of earth energy relates to the structures that we're building, whether it's like this person might be putting their pennies in to build a home, security, or collaborating in some way to the establishment of the finances. I've given my bit this time. Gosh, I gave so much last time. I haven't got much left here. So if it's a relationship question, it could be that one person is doing the giving and that's going to change or might not change. We don't know. We've got to look further in it. But what would they be feeling about me? It's irrelevant because you're not getting a feeling card. It's like they are showing their commitment in what they are practically showing up with. If you said, oh gosh, I really need something to eat or a cup of tea, Six of Pentacles guy, if that's the person they're asking about, has gone and got it for them. What does my boss think of me? They think that you are somebody, it's not about thinking, this is somebody that is actually seeing the structures that you've built. And it's about the fact that they see a lot of growth. They're seeing your productivity and your practicality. So it's symbolizing the process of turning the ideas that you've had, maybe as the person that is your boss, that they're seeing that you're able to achieve your long-term goals. So what this is, they're seeing something in you that says you are the real deal. You are what you say you are. So we've gone beyond feelings. We've gone into the fact that this is based on what you've done. It's hard not to use the word feelings, but you can't get it confused. There are people that will not say, I love you, I care about you. They just won't. It's just not something they're comfortable with doing. And so they're much more likely to turn around and demonstrate how they feel by saying, I'm going to back it up. I went and got your house. I furnished it. Why? I want to marry you. I want us to live together. But do you love me? Why have I done this? And people say, oh, they don't say it. Words are not the same. Feelings, you can't say how this person feels because they are demonstrating everything. Pentacles is everything. It's their thoughts, it's their emotions, it's their actions, it's the productivity of what they are making tangible. and it's what they're manifesting. So it symbolizes the process of what they thought about and turning their ideas into something of an outcome. It's about the hard work they put in to say, why are you asking me? Look what I've done for you. Not that I want a reward or a pat on the back or some sort of, what a good boy am I? That's not the idea. What they're saying is, I'm bringing it. Actions speak louder than words. Who wants a yes person? Yes, of course I'll do this. Of course I care about you. Where were you? Oh, I do love you, blah, blah, blah. We know that people can do that. And they can probably mean every word. But then something might come along and just distract them and make them go, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this. And if they'd really wanted to, they would have done it. Or if they were able to, they would have done it. And people say if they want to, they'll do it. It's not always the case. If somebody wants to buy you the world, if they can't afford it, there's not much they can do about that. Oh, but you can't love me if you didn't bother and go and get me that. No, but I can actually get you this instead. Sorry. Back. We just got to look at it. Yes, there is resources. Sometimes people do buy friendships, but resources in this, if they're asking about relationship like romantic or work relationship, it encompasses that person's time. There's nothing more precious than someone can give you than their time. Nothing. Their energy, their skills, and the way in which they're managing all the resources they've got, their savings, their wages, maybe whatever they've got to offer, family inheritance, or whatever it is. So how do they feel about me? I have to say I haven't got feelings in the cards, unless it comes up that you got it in the position of emotions. You could have all the cards out. If you're just pulling a pair, you say, I'm getting how they demonstrate how they feel about you. And they're showing you. That's how I'd read it. And I'd say, and they're not naive. They're quite happy they're taking a leap of faith on you, and they're actually quite happy to back you. I would see this card in a relationship that it's give and take, but I'd also see if they're asking about somebody, I'd be very drawn to the guy that's giving out the money. And I would be thinking, that's that person that's saying, quite happy to give you. I'm quite happy to actually be the one that provides. I'm the provider. This is a provider. And years ago, that's what people wanted. They wanted a provider, somebody that could provide for them. Lots of people say they chose a good man or a good woman, whichever the case is. Yeah? And that's what it is. Because nature and nurturing in the real world, energy thrives on care and patience. And that's what pentacles are. They're not in it for the quick. That's the rapid changes. Yeah. Fast thinking, sometimes fast emotions, but pentacles, it's the acquisition. If it helps you passionate, actually, it's all of it. Pentacle is air, and it's water, and it's fire, and earth combined. So it's their thoughts, their feelings, their actions, and whether they actually were able to back it up. We can all deliver some great sort of, entertaining things that make people like us. But Earth's energy isn't just about money, is it? It's the force that grounds our dreams into reality. It governs our productivity, the resources that we're investing in, the physical results from those efforts. And whether it's career growth, whether it's health, security, love, Earth energy is about building. What for? Stability. Sustainable. Something that's going to be long-lasting. Something that's going to be abundant. If you apply that to pretty much, I mean, if we want to take the keywords off, if that's confusing, just for a moment, yeah? I mean, look at that and we go, okay, that's a great word there, isn't it? How is this person feeling about me in a relationship? They're prepared to take a leap of faith and just demonstrate kindness. It's all new to them. Yeah? Good. And that's really what I want you to know. And if I was in a reading, the most important thing I'd be looking for is, okay, what are they feeling? The position in your spread, because you've got the courses, passionate, where to look in that position, okay? Where you're looking for that other person, and look, and what suit have you got? And if you've got a pentacle, you've got a good one. Because in actual fact, whichever way it is, they are there for the long, slow duration. They are patient. They let things grow. And this is where sometimes, so it's like I've got to learn things back to front, isn't it, in order to get it. If somebody said we learn all these keywords and they're supposed to make us feel better, and sometimes, and I know I'm doing the same, but and I need to be able to give it, you take it apart, make you think, question, how does it work? But if you look at it, what would I be happy with if I was giving a reading to somebody and they were fretting about whether or not they were liked at work? I'd be going, actually think that you are the real deal. Yeah? You're able, really able to give and take with everybody. Not I think, not I feel. You've done it. They're going on what you've already done. It's like when you go back to the intermediate for a moment, passionate subject, when I spent so long talking about having a cup of tea, and I'm not going to say any more than that. If you want to go and see what I'm talking about. No good daydreaming about having a cup of tea. You've got to make it happen. Otherwise, you've got no product. You've got nothing to keep you warm. You've got nothing to get rid of your thirst, have you? Yeah. So it can be tricky. Of course it can. Yeah. I've got another one on the screen. So now we've got the Chariot. Okay, so Chariot is Cancer, as in astrological sign. What's some really interesting, let's put Cancer up there, Andy. That's the astrological sign. And let's do a minor keyword for, how about this one? Okay, so here, you might go, oh gosh, how would I answer that if it was a case of, what are those two cards trying to tell me? Just using what you know, all right? Cancer, what's that about? It's about our home. It's about our willpower. It is about being on the road. It's about our spiritual force and our willfulness, all those kind of things, of course. But the Six of Pentacles is also about responsibility, and that's another great way of looking at the Pentacles. They're all responsible people. They do not give you any fluff. They just don't. And we'll go back to the Lovers in a minute, which will be perhaps one. But don't look or be disappointed that you haven't got the Lovers or the Ace of Cups or the Two of Cups or the Three of Cups, because that's just the beginning of like physical attraction. If you've got them combined, lovely, but you can't live on that, can you? You want somebody that's actually stable, responsible, bit old school, bit old fashioned, bit like, you know what, made this bed, I'm going to lie in it, and I'm not going to throw this out the window just because it doesn't suit me. I won't give up on it without trying my best. I will try and make this work because they have a belief in. And so if we've got this combination, I would just say it's taking control of the generosity. Because remember, the Chariot is a card of willpower. All right? It's another form of control, but the control is much more willful control rather than I'm controlling the business, I'm controlling the Labour Party, the Conservative Party, the country, the politics, like the Emperor does, or the business, yeah? This is more control as a willfulness, a spiritual sort of aspect of us that kind of picks up on that. So it's taking control of generosity and focusing our attentions in providing help, possibly overcoming challenges of our own and sharing resources with those around us. So that's what it's about. Or you could look at this and go, right, if it was a relationship question, I would actually go, that's really lovely, because I feel the emotional aspect of the Cancerian. Remember, Cancer is a water sign, so there's your emotional card. So emotionally, they're taking responsibility. is a Cancerian aspect, they might go, oh, they're not Cancerian. It may have come up in the reading as in that place. So let me explain. There is a position where we look at other people, and if they pop up as that, they're showing you that's the aspect that's going on with that person right now who's dominating it. We are not, I am not, I am a Cancerian, genuinely I am. But I don't often feel like one. I don't have the usual Cancerian traits all the time. And what I mean by that is domesticated. I'm pretty rubbish at cooking and sewing and all of that. And I'm not being modest, I really am rubbish. I don't get any joy out of it because I don't enjoy something that I do badly. If I did it well, maybe it'd be different, but I don't. Do I want to get better? Doesn't float my boat enough to actually give it more time. I've tried. I'm not awful. I don't burn toast or anything like that. I can make a meal, but I have no pleasure and it doesn't come naturally. I'm not creative that way. Do I have children? No. It's not by choice and the way my life turned out, not because I didn't want them. I just didn't have any help. And I just didn't feel that I was in a position to have enough support around me, the work that I did. So I'm not a typical mother or homeowner, and I have moved so many times, so that doesn't fit me either. So why am I saying this? Because we can associate how we think somebody is. But if it comes to protecting my little tribe, the people that are important in my life, that Cancerian will rear up and be incredibly protective to the people that I love and care about, that deserve my love and care. I don't dish it out willy-nilly. So that's an aspect of me, even though it is my astrological sign. The one that shows up here every week, I would guess, and my reckoning, is my Leo moon. Entertaining, bold, you either like it or you don't. I'm trying to be entertaining. If you don't like it, I'm not for everybody. I'll get over it. The Cancerian would probably be upset about the whole thing if I had a Cancerian moon. And then I've got my ascendant is in Scorpio, which means that dig, I need to know all about tarot as much as I can. Digging, keep digging. If I don't feel satisfied, I'll keep digging. That's the way I am, all or nothing. I'm either doing this and I'll just keep adding a bit. And I'm passionate about that. And the Leo sort of moon side is probably quite happy to share what I've learned with other people. It's just what Leo moons are like. So what am I saying? We can all show up as a different energy and different aspect of ourselves. And so sometimes, don't you find yourself acting a bit differently with certain people? Yeah? Because you can't just walk in and be a friendly person to everybody in the world that you meet and treat them like you would those that are your little tribe at home. If we are looking at an aspect of that person, they're showing up as somebody that's domesticated. They're showing up as somebody that wants to be. You know what? We can all want to play house with the right people. You see what I'm saying? We can all want to protect our clan. We can all want babies, and I want to play house, and I want to cook and wash and clean, and perhaps all want to do that because it's an expression of showing we care, and the give and take's there. If we're seeing this, it's suggesting that they're providing the help in that relationship in any domestic ways they can. I've seen people that you think, wow, they were a rock star, and there they are, painting, cleaning, cooking, ironing, and really good at it and being amazing. I'm thinking, oh, they go, yeah, I love the garden. They become domesticated because they're taking responsibility. So when it comes to relationships sort of type questions, when we've got pairs like this, look at what the major card is and what it's representing. And also look at an aspect of that astrological sign, which is Cancer. They're going to start showing as a fluffy Cancerian. What can they do for you? How can they take responsibility? What other words have I got there? Sorry, I want to make sure we use some of them, seeing as I went to. Takes me about an hour to make these scenes with these keywords because they change with every new card that we've got. There it is. I go whizzing past. Okay, so maybe the Cancerian aspect will show gratitude and might go, they're not Cancerian. Yeah, but they're behaving like one with you at this moment in time. And that's a good thing. It's all in the positive. There's no negative cards there. And yeah, they may be a bit driven by the moon because, of course, Cancer is the ruling planet is the moon. And they may be killing you with kindness, a bit smothering maybe. No, there's nothing there. That's a negative aspect of Cancerians that we can tend to actually want to smother and not give people enough breathing space. So that's just an aspect of the Chariot card. Or we could be quite willful, of course, going with what we're determined to do. So they're very supportive. Look at this. I would want somebody in my life that's doing this. This person is going to also share their wealth in a domestic way, in a loving way, in a way that's actually only for you and only for those around. I just say I've not got any cards that are telling me what they're thinking in particular. But what I have got is based on your actions. This is the vibe at the moment that they have about you. Rather than trying to make it fit, I am very technical. And they'll say, no, I want to know, what are they going to do? I've got cups. Or it's the other way. You tell me what they're thinking. I haven't got their thoughts in here. I've got the fact what they're doing. They're demonstrating. But what do they think? Do they think I'm this? Do they think I'm that? I don't think that somebody's going to share their finances with you for no good reason. Yeah? But that's up to you. What do you think they think? So if we look at this and we look at the fact that the Strength card, of course, is, bear with me, Leo, of course. Yeah. A key word for that would also be that if we are, let's bring up balance for the Six of Pentacles there. And let's look at the major keyword as in for strength, which is, in this case, we're choosing the word courage. You really appreciate this. Yeah. This is where I'm saying be bold in what you're saying. It's not, hey, here I am. This is what I think. This is what I feel. And I always remember my teacher saying, never turn around and tell your client, I think this, I feel that. It should say, if you really want to, I feel. Now, I find it very hard for us to not be a human being and sometimes express ourselves with, I think and I feel. It's a natural thing to say. Yeah. Especially when you're talking to a lot of clients and they really are hanging on your every word or pushing it. But a great thing to say is, it's up to you. What do you think about what the cards are saying? I know that it depends on what platform you're on. Whether you're doing email readings, face-to-face readings, or whether you're actually in a position to be on the phone lines or something like that. But more often than not, there are people that will want to have it confirmed of the very worst case scenario or the very best case scenario. And we would love to give them that. We've got to give them what we've got without it being too fluffy or too harsh or anything to do with our opinion. And a great way sometimes is actually just describing what, so if you've got this as in, and you were looking at the Six of Pentacles and the Strength card, it's saying that this person is really compassionate and really generous. And it indicates that they help others and go out of their way to help others. And that they really have a calm and strong emotional side to them. It's very balanced. They'll give you moral support. And yep, how do they feel? I've just told you what the cards are saying. What do you think they're feeling if they're staying calm and they're offering you moral support and guidance? It very rarely will come back at you like that. Or you can actually go is, hold on a minute, I'm going to put some more cards out. What do you say their star sign was again? And they go, I'm a Leo. Then you go into the position of the Leo and you hope there's some emotional cards there. And if not, you tell them they're not. I'll describe their feelings. Might be it's disappointment, mightn't it? Might be so busy looking for emotional cards, but not the ones that they'd like to hear. And you just got to give it. Okay, Justice card. And let's have a look. Libra. And keyword for, let's put responsibility for a keyword for Six of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to make this the last one. Partnerships. Okay, so Justice card is a relationship card, it's a law card, it's a card of responsibility, it's a card of Libra, and so on and so on. Six of Pentacles, keyword is responsibilities. Okay, so in their partnership, they're going to take responsibility. Oh, but how do they feel about me? I just told you. They must actually be taking you seriously if they're going to take responsibility for the partnership. And I didn't even fit that together. That is just what this means. It's a million times better to most people because we all think that we need to hear the words. Really, we want to see the action. We want to see the support. As a young Cancerian, hearts and flowers, and just for a couple of weeks, a Cancerian fellow came into my life and I thought, wow, this is great. Hearts, flowers, all the rest of it. Flowers at work, oh, this, that, and the other. I'm like, where? This is fab. 2 weeks later, I felt scared. Where were you? When I walked past your house last night at X amount of time, where were you? It's like, how would you know I wasn't home? I wasn't home. I was actually working for my boss. I was a nanny, and it was their night for me to babysit. No, I wasn't home. You never told me. After 2 weeks, you're not entitled to know I'm babysitting for my boss. It's got nothing to do with you. All the hearts and flowers and the kind of fluff and all the things I thought I really wanted. Nope. Didn't feel very nice at all. Not saying I Cancerian men are like that, but yeah, that's what I mean by being smothered after 2 weeks, that kind of thing. Taking responsibility though, saying that they'll turn up or they'll pick me up and help me with my laundry, fix a dinner and stick to that appointment that they said they were going to be there at that place at that time, reliable, responsible, just like I'm saying, responsibilities there. And be grateful for the partnership, lucky to have you, showing kindness and most of all showing their support. Partnerships, what do we most want? We want to feel supported in anything. And I don't mean supported as in, oh yeah, you're running a race, so I'll come along and support you. No, you'll define what that is. It's different for everybody. It's the support that you feel. That person's your special person. And they're not going to go when the going's rough or actually give up at the first hurdle. It's not saying that there won't be hurdles, not saying that they might even consider it, but they'll be more inclined to actually want to stick at something because by way of support. And again, at work, if this was a work, it's a work partnership. They feel that you're supporting other people. What do they think of me? Very balanced member of staff. Everything about this is balanced. Look at the scales on the left in the Justice card, on the right in the Six of Pentacles card. It's all about balance, yeah? But it's not a one-way street. It's not just, some people like that, but not many of us. Most people do not like to be where it's just one way. Some people thrive on that. I'm not saying all folks do whatever, but on the whole, most of us like to feel what goes around comes around, the sense of it's your turn to drive, dear. It's my turn to have a little night off from driving and maybe have a night off from worrying about how we get from A to B, that kind of thing. That's what it takes. It's not always about what we think it is. It's just about, you thought of me. That's what we want. Or come and pick you up so you don't have to drive on a difficult night. That kind of thing. Or, you know what, when you get back with the shopping, I'll be there at the gate and I'll help you with that. It's a kind of thing for some people that's really important, that says you're supporting me in this partnership. And it's whoever's available to do it, really, isn't it? Rather than it's a her job, it's a his job, or it's their job. And really what the Six of Pentacles is really saying is, most of all, it's actually about the fact that it's communicated and they're prepared to swap from being the giver to the taker and vice versa. Oh, it's lovely to have you back, Pauline. But you know what? I'm really sorry. It's time for me to say ta. So I'm really sorry. Pauline, go and have a look at what we're doing on the actual website. Oh, here's the courses. Watch this one. Pentacles. Yeah, slow, steady. Why? They're building something. See you later, my lovelies. See you Thursday, yeah? And then, we're going into Christmas week, aren't we, next week? See you then. Bye for now.